Okay, so now I'm going to go over briefly how to tell the difference between an elementary substance and a compound. It's really not that difficult. Here's a periodic table of elements for you to use to refer to, so you can start identifying elements by their symbols, because it's not always so nice as carbon is C, nitrogen is N, oxygen is O. You start getting into things like sodium, which is Na, or potassium, which is K. It's just becoming familiar with the names, that's all. Okay, so here we go. A substance, any kind of substance, salt, butter, may be composed. Remember, composed means made up of one chemical element or multiple, more than one chemical elements. Substances that are composed of only one chemical element are elementary substances. They only have one element. Substances that are composed of multiple chemical elements bonded together are called compounds, which makes sense because you've heard the word compound as it relates to compound words, more than one word being put together, like backyard, back and yard, right? So it's more than one. Okay. Every chemical element is represented by its own atomic symbol. You know that. An atomic symbol may consist of one capital letter, like O for oxygen, or it may consist of a capital letter followed by a lowercase letter. For example, the atomic symbol for the chemical element fluorine is the letter F, and the atomic symbol for the chemical element beryllium is Be. Notice the E is lowercase. The atomic symbol for each chemical element in a substance is shown in the substance's chemical formula, which you've already started to work with, and you've done a great job, by the way. Every chemical element is represented by its own atomic symbol. And that's actually, it's the same thing as before. Sorry about that. So here's one clue. Examples of elementary substances. Now that means there's only one element. O, oxygen. That's it. There's only oxygen. Mg, magnesium. Only one element, magnesium. K, potassium. Again, it's an elementary substance because there's only one element. These are compounds, more than one element. NaCl. Now you can tell it's two because there's a capital N, lowercase a. That's sodium. And then you've got capital C, which means, that's the beginning of another atomic symbol. So the Na is sodium, the Cl is chloride. Okay? Actually, should be chlorine, I think, but sodium chloride. Oh, yeah, I did. Okay, that's correct. One atom of sodium, that's the Na. One atom of chlorine, that's the Cl. So that's a compound because there's two elements. Here's another one. MgS. Notice, Mg stands for magnesium. S stands for sulfur. And you know there's two because you've got the capital M, lowercase g, and then another capital letter S. That means there's another element in there. So that's called magnesium sulfide. One atom of magnesium, one atom sulfur. Compounds. A compound is represented by a chemical formula that contains multiple atomic symbols. You can tell whether silicon dioxide, don't be scared of the name, it's a very simple thing, is an elementary substance or a compound by counting, here's the clue, counting the number of atomic symbols in its chemical formula. An atomic symbol consists of either one capital letter or a capital letter followed by one or two lowercase letters. We know this. The chemical formula for silicon oxide, SiO2, that 2 should really be a subscript, but that's okay. Now you know that there's two symbols because you've got capital S, lowercase I, that's one element, and then uppercase O, there's another element. It contains two atomic symbols, Si for silicon and O for oxygen. So the formula tells you that silicon dioxide is composed of two chemical elements bonded together. Since silicon dioxide is composed of multiple chemical elements, there's two of them, bonded together, then silicon dioxide is a compound. All you need to focus on is if they say, or if you see the formula and it's got more than one element in it, it could be 2, it could be 3, it could be 4. But if it has more than one, it's a compound. If it has only one, it's an elementary substance. Hope this helps.